Hello, welcome back. We did some spells, did some site searching spells and didn't find anything. I'm going to stop casting those now though, since it's getting quite close to the end of the game. Did a dome, opened up another bedfellows. We poached a Tangleheart egg, but there was nothing there. So either there's something broken with the spell, or I think maybe lightning from a malicious pretender god killed it. I didn't really think about that. Eggs only have 1 hit point, so possibly it just got zapped immediately. It's a bit annoying. I'm going to save up some pearls. Maybe I'll try dispelling Wrath of God. Then we had some battles. Attacked Great Mountains. Nothing here, just a bit of Province defense. This is the new fort we put under siege. Good stuff. Next, Bladewoods was attacking Bogus. These guys kind of just melt under the tidal wave of worms. That's pretty funny as well. Found lots and lots of items from that. Wraith Sword, Greenstone Armor, Precious, Ice Pebble Staff, Braces of Protection twice, and a True Shot Longbow. Next, Berman Highs. So this is me just attacking into DM Dracket. This was the province that they had a bunch of cave grubs and drakes and stuff, but not like there's anything here now. That was Berman Highs. And lastly there was Mighty Pillars, which was DM Dracket's fort. Turns out there was a ton of stuff here. These are the... This is very strange because these guys turn into the chromatic Drakeclings. I wonder if they're supposed to appear like this in the actual battle. A bit strange. It's extra weird when you see the battle report. Because it looks like this, where it's like, yeah, 255 drakes died, but they gained 38 brown crossbows, 36 blue crossbows, and so on. Kind of weird. I don't know how it's supposed to look, but I mean, it looks like there was 512 units in that battle, but there obviously weren't. This was like transformation stuff. I really don't know. It's a bit buggy. But we put the fort under siege anyway. Then we had the lightning strikes. Yeah, 99 units wounded, 18 units killed. Among those was Sniffer, the Wildman Reveler. We lost another... Oh no, this was a subsumer getting attacked by the Vengeful Waters. Does he zap it with his staff? I haven't watched this. He does. Oh, that's got a bug sound effect as well. Interesting. It's just making a click sound now. That weird bug with sounds in custom nation replays is still happening apparently. Anyway, then we had events, lots of events, nothing too interesting. We did lose Dominion. There was some emigration to Mighty Pillars, which is the fort that we've got under siege now. And a fatuous lord in my employ has mismanaged the taxation of Arnag. The Myriad attack Peakers. And lots of stuff is under siege or whatever. This was pretty funny. My troops in Gladewoods are starting to starve. When have we ever seen that? Who actually needs to eat? You need to eat. No, Teeth in the Hills don't. The Horrified Peasants do. The Hungry Princes do not need to eat, but they do eat lots of stuff. So maybe these guys are just screwing over the Acolytes and the Peasants? I don't know. But it's not often you see starvation on this nation. Anyway, that was it for messages. You can see we've got just giant stacks of worms everywhere now. And plan's still the same. We're in Berman Highs. I'm going to attack into Wick Forest next. I'm going to send out another giant stack of stuff. Just led by a Knight Amarant. This is 140 size 4 worm colonies into Spring Spires. I'm just going to take some of this, blow up some of these temples, push our Dominion down. Here's actually DM Dracket's cap, interestingly. But I'm storming the castle in Mighty Pillars this turn. We'll take that, and then we'll just continue walking on and grab this throne, hopefully. That should be fine. There's nothing else between there and there, so it should just be a straight walk with no stops. And we'll raid some of these other provinces nearby as well. And then once we take that throne, we'll start looking at these 2 thrones as the next targets. And I'll also try putting up temples as we go to push our Dominion down here. Start generating some sites. Last time we put up a Bedfellows in Villia. So we've got Bedfellows in all our throne forts. Or we don't have one on our cap, but we do have some adjacent to our cap still. Got 3 adjacent to our cap actually. And now 1 in Villia as well. Can I put PD here? I can. Moving troops back into Pepper Plain now, we'll just sit here. I'm not going to range out from Pepper Plain, I don't think. We'll just put units in the fort. I'm also storming this throne province this turn. So I've given out gems. Big changes is that we cast Massed Flight now. And I've got the Earth guy here who's doing like a load of Moors of the Earth. And there's an HE guy who does Howl on turn 1. So we'll have Howl, Mass Flight, and a bunch of Moors of the Earth in addition to the stuff we already have. Should go pretty well. And Great Mountains is still under siege. I've got a Hungry Prince over here. I've given him some flying shoes so he can fly over and help out. Hungry Princes get a siege bonus of 50. They're pretty good for sieging. That's to help since worms are pretty bad at sieging. So currently this is a siege strength of 181, so Hungry Prince will take that up to 231. Should get this open pretty quickly. Only 250 wall. So we'll storm that in a turn or 2. And this turn I'm not casting Bedfellows, I'm just saving up pearls to cast it in Perenna next turn. Or maybe not next turn, because we'll need to actually get a Maya here. But I'll try and get it casted, like in one of the provinces nearby at least. Need to actually push our Dominion up though. We need a new temple in Queen Forest now that I think about it. Maybe I should try and move an Acolyte there. Do I have any nearby? Can you get there? Let's see. Put all your stuff in Garrison. Can you get there in 1 turn? No. We'll go over there and put a temple up next turn. Well, the turn after. And I think that's it for this turn. So 2 fort storms. And the other thing I've changed is that I've started to forward some pieces of equipment that will keep my commanders alive. But I'd like to start... We got so many like worms here, I'd like to like use them to kind of range out. But I'm a bit worried that if I send them out led by like Acolytes, who within my Dominion they have 19 hit points currently. But if I send them out, I'm worried that they'll just get killed by Wrath of God. So I'm going to start forging every turn Amulet of Giants, which will give them enlargement, which will give them hit points. Mistletoe Garlands, which will give them luck. Hopefully might save their life. Coral Blades, which will give them additional hit points as well, so they should have quite a lot of hit points. And I think there was another item as well. Possibly. I can't remember, but whatever ends up in the treasury next turn will be... I'll just check actually, let's see what else am I forging. Coral Blade, Lifelong Protection, I'm doing that because I've got 40 slaves this turn. It seems like a pretty good item. Is anything else being forged? It might just be that. Yeah, it's just that. So luck, and then 2 items that give hit points. That should be pretty good, I think, to keep them alive in underneath Wrath of God. So we'll do that every turn from now on. And that's it for this turn. So, good stuff. Turn 61. It's still 1 year to Cataclysm, but I think we're in good shape for grabbing up some thrones. Our research is still really, really bad though, unfortunately. I realised that we still only have Construction 4 as well, because I was going to start forging some Starshine Skullcaps to help with Dispelling. I've already got a Crystal Coin, which is an Astral Booster, and then Starshine Skullcap is the other one, but it requires Construction 6. Somehow I still don't have that. But I can get a Spirit of Points up to Astral 6 with a cap. And if I alchemize a bunch of gems into pearls, I could try and do like a massive Dispel on Wrath of God. Because it really annoys me. Anyway, that's thinking ahead. That was turn 61. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Hello, welcome back. We got a little bit of research done. Thaumaturgy is at 6 now. I'm going to try and get some construction done. We're up to 846 per month. Cataclysm is still a year away, so we've got time to get a few little small research targets hit, I suppose. Construction 6 would be nice. We poached another Tangleheart egg, and La Mancha declared no goats, no glory. The Emir, his new prophet. And we had 2 battles in Wick Forest. Wick Forest is a land of contrasts. So first of all, there's a giant group of independent barbs, the bane of small mundane forces. But the worms don't care about barbs. Roll over them quite easily, quite convincingly. Absolutely no problem. We are king shit. No big deal. Then a second battle in Wick Forest against almost nothing. However, one of the mages has 2 fire gems, which he summons a fire elemental, and that's the end of our entire army. Fire elementals, of course, have fire shield 11, I think. Yep. So, yeah. Always nice to remind ourselves that we suck against fire completely. Then there was some other battles. Spring Spires was just me rolling out the giant stack of meatballs into the rest of DM Drakket's territory. I'll keep rolling that out. Mighty Pillars was... I suppose this is worth watching. I mean, DM Drakket is AI and it's not a very interesting force, but it does contain his god, which is, I suppose is funny. This is the army that I had storming the fort, so it does a bunch of spells as well. You get to see a big Shadow Blast just annihilate these little Drakelings, which is pretty good. And then just 200 meatballs roll over everything. His god actually got killed by a Soul Slayer, it looked like. Yes, that was Mighty Pillars. And then there was also a battle at the fortress in Mighty Pillars. Nothing really here now, though. All pretty fine. So there we go. Lost a couple of cadaverous colonies. A few little colonies. No big deal though. Did we find any items? No. We did raise a temple though, so that's good. There was also a battle at the fortress in Perenna. I wasn't sure exactly how much stuff there'd be here, but turns out it's very little. Those griffins got annihilated. And we get to see flying worms, which is great. And flying splendor too. Oh, good stuff. Wow, we got a lot of Tanglehearts on the edges of the battle too. Great. So that was Perenna. We found a Sling of Accuracy. That's something. Lightning from Wrath of God continues to harry us a little bit. And then lots of events. We've got 2 events in Florian. One was a Spirit of Points joining us, which is great. And then secondly, Our mage reports that the Tanglehot egg they had been tending to hatched into a Tanglehot princess. Great. So these are bugged slightly. That's just because of the merging. They're fine in the actual mod. Usually they'd have 1d3 eggs at the side at the start of battle. But other than that, these are the same Tanglehot princesses that we've seen. They have giant hit points at the moment because of Gift of Health. But yeah, it's the same thing. It's just that you can give them miscellaneous items and you can script them to stay behind troops. Although they usually pass out pretty quickly anyway. So you could just fill the fort with eggs and give yourself loads of these and then they'd lay eggs during battles, which is kind of the plan. Got another egg in Norfangs now. This one's managed to survive Wrath of God. But yeah. I'm not sure if any of the other events are that interesting. Population in Bright Woods. Lost some stuff in Gold Mountains. Gained some brigand site in Queen Forest. Which is just confusing because it's another red site icon. Let's just recruit villains. And in Haloma, yeah, in Haloma, barbarian scouts were caught and interrogated. You know what? With that in mind, maybe I should just sit here and research that these guys can kill the barbarians when they attack us. Might be for the best. Battle in Erebon, we did actually kill some stuff with our Fickle Myriad this time, which is pretty nice. And the entrance to the fortification in Great Mountains is open. So AI Garuda now has a gigantic stack here. So with that in mind, all the stuff that just took Perenna, it's going to move on to Great Mountains while we storm the castle. I'm pretty sure the combined force of these guys, including you, and these guys will quite easily fend off any attacks. I'm not too worried. And while I'm doing that, I'm also going to have the Internet of Things is going to become my new prophet. Spirit Points is a great candidate to be a prophet because they can teleport around, which makes them good for claiming thrones. They're also really good for us because you need Astral 1, Holy 3 to cast Cosmic Garden, which is the spell I think I should last turn. Spell that just lets you create a temple for pearls instead of gold. We might start using that. We want to start pushing out temples. There's taking a few provinces down here. They do have some income. This one's 42, 51, 62. We might start generating a little bit of income. We might be able to start building temples with gold again, but even so, it's nice to have the option to put them up with pearls. We'd like to have a temple up in this province at least, because it's a forest, so it'd be cheap for us. So that's what's happening over here. Up here, still just fortifying this point. It's all the same stuff. I'm casting Flaming Dome over this province this turn. I honestly can't remember if it's already here or not. I think it is, you know. Forest Dome, Frost Dome. We definitely have... Maybe it's not. I think I moved this mage here for a reason. It's so hard to keep track of enchantments now. I should have started writing them down once I saw how the icons were going to bug out. But either way, I'm casting Dome of Flaming Death over this province, so hopefully it needs it. And down here, I'm just continuing to push into DM Drakket's territory. I don't think we're going to get attacked by a human player again. I think the mansion is probably too small. I don't know what Selenia is doing. And I think Cassia is going to do what I'm doing, which is just try and hoover up some thrones from AI players. Cataclysm, yeah, still about a year. We've got a few months. It's this square of territory I think I'm going to focus on trying to lock down. Because it looks like a lot of this might be DM Drakket's. And if not this, then this square. Because this looks like it's Gerudo's. These seem like they'll be the softest targets. And as we go, the plan is still just to put up temples, push out Dominion, get sites down, and hopefully take more bedfellows down on our thrones to keep them well defended. And not much else to say other than that. I think I'm forging some items this turn though. Oh, I am mind hunting, that's right. So there is this stack of DM Drakket units here. If they have any more fire gems and they do more fire elementals, that'd be really bad for me. I don't want to lose all my worms to a couple of Ellies. So I'm hitting this province with 3 mind hunts this turn. No idea if there'll be any astral mages here or not, but it doesn't matter with Gift of Health up. We'll just hammer whoever we see with Mind Hunts. Let's see how that goes. Forging another Coral Blade. Claiming the throne, of course. Forgot to mention that one. There's the Mind Hunt. Poaching another Tangleheart egg. Casting Mind Hunt. Yep. And that's it for this turn. Turn 62. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next turn. Hello, welcome back. Got a little bit of construction done. I'll keep going to 6. Another thing that would be useful at 6 is siege axes, whatever they're called, gate cleavers. I think they're at 6. Because I've realised we've actually got quite a lot of Spirits of Points now. We could put together an army that is just Spirits of Points commanders with Spirits of Points units and just fly them around the map attacking thrones. If we hit one that's lightly defended, it might be pretty doable. I'm not sure. It's an idea anyway. We claimed the throne of the First Age. Good stuff. And we lost Gift of Health, unfortunately. Selenia has cast Gift of Health. I did some Mind Hunts and they were all successful. No. They weren't all successful, but we didn't get Feeble-Minded or anything, which is good because we've lost Gift of Health now, so that would have sucked if we got Feeble-Minded. We killed a few commanders and some other people resisted. Poached another Tangleheart egg. First one hasn't hatched yet. And then we got 2 reports from Pepper Plain. A spell passed through the Dome of Flaming Death and the Dome of Frost. I'm not sure what spell this is though, because nothing seemed to happen. Might have been like scrying or something. It's unfortunate the person casting survived. So Pepper Plain is over here. Makes me think it might be Selenia doing rituals against us. Since they just took our global this turn as well. I'm putting up Dome of Arcane Warding over Pepper Plain as well this turn, so we'll have Fire, Frost, Forest, and Arcane. Keep the throne nice and safe. We got a new Prophet, of course. And then lots of battles. There was a big one in the Mighty Pillars. This is a bunch of DM Dracket units. Led by DM Dracket's Prophet. And they put my fort under siege. So that's a shame. Got my stuff stuck in the Mighty Pillars now. And then there were 2 big battles in Great Mountains. Which is where we had the giant Garuden stack adjacent to the fort we just took. But we moved quite a lot of stuff here. This is a gigantic army. We have lots of spells. There was a big Wars of the Earth there. Lots of Astral Geysers. Got all of our buffs. We got Mass Flight. Mass Flight Splendor roll in. We've also got Howl up as well. These sacreds are still extremely difficult to kill though. But at least we got them this time. So that was AI Garuda trying to break siege, I think. We found a Crown of Bones. Killed 212 Iron Knuckles, so pretty good. Only 2 mages, thankfully. We lost quite a bit of stuff. We lost 137 units. Mostly cadaverous Web Realm colonies though, so that's not too bad. Lost 42 Splendor. Still, nice to take out big Garuden stacks. There was then a second battle in Great Mountains, which was actually storming the fort. But because he'd broken siege with everything, there's nothing actually here. Completely empty fort. We basically just kill the wall defenders. And that's that. Other battles aren't too interesting. Kind of raiding DM Dracket stuff. There's the big army rolling out towards Game Dracket's throne. Events then, I think its Norfangs were... Nope. Vermin Highs is the first normal event. Lost 2 Dominion. And then Javelkish, we've got disease spreading. Although Javelkish is a dead wasteland with 170 population, so who's getting diseased? And the Fickle Myriad took Lincha. My demonic troops in Witch Haven are being blasted by some kind of sight. I have to bear that in mind. Okay, and so this turn, some pretty basic stuff. We're almost at this throne. This is an underwater throne, so it's going to be the Splendor who roll in. These guys are aquatic, and they get regen when they're underwater as well. It's a bit hard for me to get up infrastructure underwater. I can't get any of my sites underwater. I think I can get regular redweed, and that's it. But what I'm going to do next turn is I'm going to attack it with all of the Splendor, and then I'll probably teleport in a bunch of Spirits of Points as well. You can see a gigantic red arrow this turn. I'm hitting this province all the way down here with a bunch of Spirits of Points. The 3 who have soul contract, lifelong protections. And a bunch of unit spirits as well. Because there's a Selenian army nearby. And I think they might be trying to take some of DM Dracket's provinces. So if they move right, they'll hit this. And this should quite easily take anything. This is the fort that's under siege, so we're breaking siege with a bunch of stuff here. Big army continues moving west. The other army led by Knight Amarant. Gonna take Dershid next. And a bunch of red arrows here are just moving all the random worms that I've got in this region into this province. I'll try and lock down all of this area this turn. And then next turn we'll hit this throne. We'll hit it with a bunch of Spirits of Points, my Prophet Spirits of Points. They'll all just teleport in from all over the world. With the Splendor in front as well to tank. But it doesn't look like there's anything here. It looks like it's just this Sea Serpent. But we'll be careful anyway. I guess I'll put some province events in these provinces now. The Fickle Myriad might actually help us lock down some of this region, because we've got 3 provinces here that are all because of that global. Nothing else too interesting happening this turn. I'm moving units back into this throne now. Make sure that stays defended. And in terms of global enchantments, I think I'll try and get Gift of Health back. It is very useful. And it is very nice that it levels up all my worms quickly. So I think what I might do is just save up all of my gems for a while, and we have a lot of gems. And I guess alchemize them all into nature gems? Does that sound stupid? Try and recast it, overcast? I'm not sure. We'll see how we go, although we might not need Gift of Health back up, to be honest. Now that we have these gigantic stacks of level 4 worms everywhere. But it would be nice to have back. Hmm. 8 commanders. Who's doing nothing? Is it just Acolytes? Yeah, I think it's just Acolytes. Mundane Commander. Here's the 2 eggs. Keep an eye on them. Yeah. So that was turn 63. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next turn.